So I'm just sitting here and I want to make the channel more varied, not just always about recording the police or, you know, Davy V jumping out, you know what I mean, on a cop, video recording them, and I want to make it more varied and more about just um, just real shit, you know what I mean? And thought it'd be a good moment to talk about losing someone, um, with my aunt who recently passed away in Miami, and as some of you know that follow my my social media stuff, my especially the YouTube channel Davy VTV right here, know that I was very close to my aunt. My aunt was like a second mother to me. Since my own mom has dementia, my aunt, Tia Marta, as we called her, was very special, not only to me but also to my kids. She was like a grandmother to them in many ways, because my own mom, those of you that know about dementia, my own mom basically doesn't even recognize, the kids, and it's something that's very, very hard to deal with. And I don't know, just sitting here thinking, and obviously my dad. Also, those of you who know how close I was with my dad and how he's the reason, behind why I do what I do. Just been missing him a lot. And there's one thing funny about, and then I'll get to the point of really why I want to make this video, why I wanted to make this video. Don't want to get too long-winded here, but there's a reason for it, for me. Something I thought about that I want to tell you guys is, as you get older, you realize that as a kid, your parents, raise you. Their responsibility is to take care of you, put clothes on your back, feed you, keep you safe, love you, take care of you. And we tend to take those things for granted. And what I mean is that as close as I was with my dad, I don't remember too many instances when I looked at him and I just told him, you know what, Dad, or Papi, how we say in Spanish, I love you. I don't remember that. And I mean, he knew I loved him. But what I mean is that life's so short that sometimes we have someone and we don't literally just stop and tell that person, hey, I love you. You mean so much to me. And I want you to know that, and I regret not really remembering, really telling my dad that, our relationship was almost more like homeboys. Like, we were close, but I guess I was more maybe a mama's boy growing up, because I remember telling my mom I love her, and hugging her and kissing her. And, with my pops, I don't really remember like stopping and saying, hey, I love you so much, you know what I mean? And I admire you, and I just admire your passion to stand up to injustices, and I wish I had. So also another thing I've learned is that as an adult, you don't think you're really gonna need your parents. And I hear a lot of teenagers and stuff, oh, I can't wait to, get my own place. I can't wait to, go out into the world. And it's crazy because another thing I never realized is, as an adult, as a father myself now, how much I've needed my dad. Not only as a grandfather for my kids, who I've had to resort to tell my children stories about their grandfather. That's how they know him, and pictures and videos. But I've needed him. You know what I mean? Me as an adult, as a man, I've needed my dad, and I miss him. I miss him a lot. And the reason I wanted to make this video, guys, is because if you still have your parents, if you still have your grandparents, if you still have your, aunts, uncles, anyone, any loved one in your life that you still have, don't get caught up in the bullshit and the noise of daily life. I mean, all the stuff that is really not important, you know what I mean? Don't get distracted, which I know is hard to, easy to say, hard to do. But pick up that phone, no matter how busy you are. Pick up the phone and tell your mom, your dad, your grandmother, your grandfather, your aunts, your uncles. Tell all your loved ones, hey, just don't call them because you need something. Don't call them to ask something. Don't call them to ask for a favor, because we're all so quick, right, to only reach out to someone when we need a favor or something, right? That's just how humans are, We're an interesting breed. But really, really just reach out to them for no other reason than to say, hey, I love you. And just wanted to tell you that. No matter how awkward it may seem, no matter if it's a 5-second call and you hang up, just let them know how important they are and how much they mean to you and how much you love them. And because when they're gone, I'm telling you, many of you know that pain, but some of you, thankfully, don't know that pain yet. And when they're gone, it's hard, When they're gone, it's hard because you can't tell them that. And you get this feeling like, man, if I could just have them back for a few seconds, even if it's only long enough to tell them, I love you. And it's really, really hard knowing that you can't do that. All right, guys, pick up that phone, please. Just make that call and say, I love you to your loved ones while you still have them. Thank you for watching. Peace.